What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some strong loadouts to use on each character to easily solo the legend version of the K1 Logistics Lost Sector. The first thing we have to go over are the modifiers. As always, we have extra shields, match game, locked loadouts, and limited revives. This is a Fallen Lost Sector, so we are dealing with Overload Captains and Barrier Servitors. The Fallen modifier is Hot Knife, which adds solar shields to Shanks. We also have Arc Shielded Captains in this Lost Sector. This is a bit of a pain because Void Burn is on, meaning that void damage both dealt and received is increased by 50%, but we can't really spec into all void weapons and subclasses because of the shields. The Destination modifier is also increased void and aerial damage. That is it for the modifiers. Let's take a look at the builds. The first build we'll look at is on the Hunter. If you've seen my other videos, then you may notice a trend here, because I am once again running Top Tree Night Stalker Way of the Trapper with 100 mobility and the exotic 6 Coyote to get a second dodge charge. I have a full Warmind cell build on with Wrath of Rasputin, Warmind's Protection, Burning Cells, Rage of the Warmind, and Global Reach. I have a double primary loadout with the 7th Seraph Officer Revolver for stunning Overload Captains and creating Warmind cells, and the Solar Scout Rifle Pleiades Corrector to handle Barrier Champions and Solar Shields. I then have the exotic Grenade Launcher Anarchy for the Arc Shields, and for sticking the boss and champions to deal damage over time, and apply a debuff to them with the Breach and Clear artifact mod. We also have Grenade Launcher ammo Finders, Reserves, and Scavengers, so we do not run out of Anarchy ammo. That is it for the build. Let's check out the run. So off the bat, you have to shoot the trip mines and then deal with the Marauders in front of you. Once they are down, I try and go for the Barrier Servitor right away, because I can use invisibility to get a good angle and stay alive. And then Anarchy can do work and tick it to death, and if I have my hand cannon equipped when it dies, then it will spawn a Warmind cell. From there, I just have to shoot the cell to clear most, if not all, the adds. In the next room, you want to take out the solar shielded Shanks right away, as they hurt quite a bit. Use Warmind cells to clear the adds and take out the Barrier Servitor. From there, clean up any adds that may remain, and then take out the Overload Captain. Clear out the adds in the hallway and take out another Overload Captain. From here, do the same trick as before on the Barrier Servitor. Get an angle and let Anarchy tick it down while you have your 7th Seraph weapon equipped to spawn a Warmind cell. Shoot that to clear out the adds. Take out the solar shielded shanks and then stick the boss with Anarchy. Then just keep picking adds off one by one and chip the boss down with Anarchy, and eventually it will rotate again. And soon enough you will be done and can collect your reward. One tip I would have is to not hold your tether the entire time like I did. I probably should have cast it on the left side to tether the boss and the adds and take them all out. But oh well. On to the next build. For this build we are on Middle Tree Stormcaller, Attunement of Control. We have the Exotic Boots Geomag Stabilizers to extend our Chaos Reach super. Once again I have a full Warmind cell build on, with Wrath of Rasputin, Rage of the Warmind, and Global Reach for killing enemies with Warmind cells. But I also have on Fireteam Medic to get healed when I blow up a cell, and Warmind's Decree to allow my Void Rocket Launcher, the Royal Entry, to spawn Warmind cells with Void Splash damage. This does work, but it is very inconsistent. As you will see in the run, it does not work until the boss room. I also have 2 Bomber mods on my class item to get grenade energy back when I cast a Rift. This is important as I need my grenades or melee ability for taking out the Captain's Arc Shields. I also have Rocket Launcher ammo finders, reserves, and scavengers to keep my rocket ammo full. For weapons, I have the Fatebringer with Overload Hand Cannon, and the Exotic Hand Cannon Ariana's Vow for breaking barrier shields. That is it for the loadout. Let's check out the run. The opening room can be rather challenging because you are getting hit from all angles, and a lot of the enemies are immune from the barrier servitor. This is why I try and focus the barrier servitor first. One thing to note though, is you do not want to lead off with a rocket on the servitor because it will blink away and dodge your rocket. This is extremely frustrating. That is why I try and get it to pop its shield first by shooting it with Ariana's Vow. Once its shield is broken and it is stunned, it will be stationary. That is when you want to shoot your rocket at it. Just a little tip I thought I would mention. I will now let the run play out and we will see you at the boss room. Once the boss is down, I cast my Chaos Reach to clear out a bunch of the adds so that it is safe to go get the chest. Luckily, a Warmind cell procced when I took out the boss, so I shoot that to take out a bunch more adds. From there, it is just a matter of dealing with whatever is left and then collecting the chest. However, as long as you have revives left, it really doesn't matter if you die, so if you just want to try and collect the chest and get out, that works too. The final build we have is on Middle Tree Striker, Code of the Missile. We have the exotic chest piece Curse of the Falling Star to buff our Thunder Crash damage. We are running Concussive Dampener and Arc Damage Resistance for improved survivability. We have a Charge with Light build utilizing Taking Charge and Shield Break Charge so that we can gain stacks of Charge with Light. We also have Supercharge on so we can hold 4 stacks of Charge with Light instead of 2. We have Lucent Blade on to give our sword more damage when we are charged with light. We also have Energy Accelerant from the artifact, which allows our sword, the class-specific sword for Titan's Crown Splitter, to deal double damage. This is the only sword in the game Energy Accelerant works with. It also works with Dragonfly, which we have on our solar auto rifle, the Arctic Haze. We have this for dealing with barrier servitors, even though you could just one-bang them with your sword. It is also good for the solar shields, and it has Dragonfly on it, which is also buffed by Energy Accelerant. For stunning Overload Captains, we have the Artifact Mod Surge Detonators, which allows our Arc Grenades to stun Overload Champions. We are running 100 Discipline so that we have a grenade pretty much whenever we need it. We also have the Ignition Code Grenade Launcher with Blinding Grenades. This is important as we need the enemy's stun to move in with our sword safely. This Lost Sector has some long sight lines, so it is not ideal to run a sword, but it is certainly fun. That is pretty much it for the build, now on to the run. This probably isn't the most ideal loadout to run in here, but I just wanted to show you that you can still clear these lost sectors with fun loadouts too. I love burst DPS, and Crown Splitter with Energy Accelerant and Lucent Blade is absolutely huge DPS. On the boss, I don't super right away as I want to get it to rotate once. Once it does, then I am free to use my Thunder Crash and not only take out the boss, but also take out a bunch of adds at the same time. From here, you are free to pick up the chest. I wouldn't recommend this loadout if you are under light, as you have to put yourself in harm's way a fair bit. But this is definitely a really fun loadout to use, so I thought I would throw it in here. But that is it for the video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, then a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Lastly, if you have any other loadout suggestions that you like to use, then drop them in the comments as they may help someone out. But that is it from me. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Happy Lost Sector farming Guardians, and take care.